Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The New World. And in today's video, after Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance, many fans were quick to show their dislike in the performance. So, we will voice and rank this year's performance. But before we hop into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 10K subs. Turn on those notifications if you haven't, and let us know where you rank this year's Super Bowl halftime performance. Now, fellas, after watching Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, where do you rank it compared to other performances of this decade? And did you like the decision to have Kendrick Lamar perform in New Orleans?
I thought it was a really good halftime performance. I thought compared to the ones going on previously this decade, really, I'm just going back forward to like the weekend. So like the last couple ones were like the weekend, Dr. Dre and the others in company, Rihanna, and I believe last year was Usher. Going back to those, I thought it was really good. I thought it stacked really, really well. I thought Kendrick's performance. Kendrick is not really kind of an over the top guy. He isn't really gonna get many people hype. I know many people on social media were hyped because of the anticipation of him playing Not Like Us, but he's not really gonna get the crowd pumped really, and we kind of saw that. And when I first heard it, I thought the mixing was off. I thought the vocal inflection didn't really sound that good. And you really, I honestly couldn't really hear Kendrick that much over the mic. I don't know if y'all had that problem, but I really couldn't hear him that much. It sounded better when I actually got the actual video and actually watched it instead of watching it live. Now I don't know if that's the issue because so many people are watching the game live because Super Bowl did break records. It was like the highest watched Super Bowl of all time. It had like 126 million viewers. So it was pretty much breaking records. I don't know if it was a problem with that or just the broadcasting, but it didn't really sound that good. So, but otherwise, I thought the choreography was really good. The messaging, and I know Miles will get into this later on in the video. I thought the messaging was okay. I didn't really think it was too deep. Many people I've checked Instagram. Instagram is like they making the little technically reels / posts of like, oh, here's what you missed in Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. And I'm like, dog, like we do this with every artist, I think. Like every artist, no, we don't do this with any artist except for Kendrick Lamar. Like Kendrick Lamar is the only artist where people just pick apart what he does, and people are noting like the symbolism between the white, red, and blue colors. And I'm like, is this really that deep? Honestly, I didn't really think that was that deep of a message to me. Me personally, that's not what I really thought of because honestly, the Super Bowl they've been playing with colors like white and red since literally the Rihanna days. So I didn't really think that was impressive or anything, or that was really strong worthy of people to bring up and be like, oh, Kendrick Lamar, he's really articulate and deep for this. I really didn't think that. That was just me. I thought the usage though of Samuel L. Jackson's Uncle Sam, I thought that was pretty unique. He kind of had to. I think Samuel Jackson actually played his role pretty effectively. The whole quote unquote to ghetto music. I guess many people were taken from it that the real poppy songs that he was playing with SZA was really what people wanted to hear instead of the old classic songs that we like DNA. Which I disagree with, and I pointed this out in a previous recording of this video that I thought the main flaw of this was I thought Kendrick could have played some better songs. Apparently, DJ Academics leaked the entire set list, and he basically said that he didn't want basically he knew it was gonna be trash. And I don't know if he's just saying that because he's a Drake hater. I mean a Drake fanboy. So he knew Kendrick was gonna play Not Like Us. Basically, he leaked it. He was basically saying it was gonna be trash, and he wanted Kendrick to change it. Now Kendrick did not change it. So I don't know if he's right about that. I just heard that was a report. But anyways, going back to the performance, Kendrick Lamar, it was really solid. It didn't get me like pumped or anything or ready for the game to come back on because like really you only have 15 minutes, and he played some slow songs. He played, the sing songs with SZA, which many people were saying that SZA carried. I thought SZA's part was pretty effective. Honestly, the highlight of the entire performance was really when he performed Not Like Us, and many people are getting at the park when he was like, say Drake, and he started smiling. Now Kendrick is a D1 hater. He lives to hate. He lives to breed off that hatred, man. And my thing is, and Miles said this in a previous recording. if you're gonna hate, go all the way through it. You feel me? Like, play the shit more. Honestly, like just play the song more. Cause he kind of teased the Not Like Us, like in the when Uncle Sam character or Samuel L. Jackson's character was like, stop playing that ghetto shit, you feel me? And he kind of just teased it. But we knew he was going to play it. So for the fact that he just waited till like the second to last song to play it, I thought was really meh. And yeah, like honestly, I just thought like Kendrick could have had a better performance than this. All the symbolism stuff and all the, imagery is cool and all, um, I'm not really moved by that. I thought like Kendrick Lamar and I've said this before. Kendrick Lamar, his last couple albums before GNX, like the albums that he made in 2017 and 2022 with Damn and Mr. Morale and Big Steppers, they weren't really moving me. I don't know if they was moving the public. I know Damn was kind of moving everybody because that's like his most commercial album, but Mr. Morale definitely was not moving me. Honestly, if I rate the album, I give it a 5. Just because I don't think the album has any replayability, and I don't think he played a single song off that album. He played songs off of Damn, but he didn't play any songs off of his second to last record that he made. So I was like, oh, so honestly, he could have kept that to himself. That's kind of a project he could have kept in the vault. He really didn't need to drop that bullshit. It's an interpersonal album that's for him, that's for his wife, that's for his mental health because we know he needs it. So he didn't really need to drop that for the public. Maybe he could have just dropped that shit to his fans because his fans, they want to just poke at hey, Kendrick Lamar, what he's saying in the songs is so deep, it's getting to me. Nigga, me personally, I do not give a fuck about what he's talking about. I don't care. The main reason why I like To Pimp Butterfly and niggas was like, well, Kip, you like To Pimp Butterfly. Nigga, I like the album because it sounded good. Because he mixed the genres of G-funk and all these like jazz genres together, and it sounded good. It sounded cohesive. I didn't care about the fucking message of the album. Like I didn't care about it. So yeah, maybe I'm just a casual and I don't really get it. I don't know. Y'all can hit the comments, get on my head or whatever. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Like it didn't really move me. I just thought it was all right. And yeah, like that's pretty much how I thought. I'll pass it to y'all. See if y'all got any other thoughts about it.
Yeah. I did like, Kendrick's performance, but we can clearly tell that, in that performance he was trying to make a statement. And we all know that's, on par with the type of person that Kendrick Lamar is in his music. He was definitely doing some with the Uncle Sam and, the music too ghetto, and then he had the, It's America's Game with the PlayStation controller buttons and stuff like that. And, he's definitely trying to do something because, Trump was there and everything. But it definitely wasn't, something that he should have done for the Super Bowl. That's something he could do, like, in his own tour or something. He does have a tour coming up with SZA. That's something he probably would have been better off doing. But, as far as the Super Bowl, your audience, they don't really care about a statement. They care about being entertained. So some of the, song choices that Kendrick did have were okay. Of course, Not Like Us is what everybody was expecting, and he was teasing that throughout the performance, which I figured he was going to tease it, and then he ended up playing it. But I honestly think he should have spammed it. How Travis Scott spammed Fiend and Playboi Carti. He should have just spammed that. Because I'm pretty sure that's what everybody was trying to rap to, because that's probably what everybody was rapping to that was there during the Super Bowl. But he really should have changed the music choices. He definitely should have, switched it up with some of his other songs from, previous albums. Definitely should have threw in a song from Mad City. I know a lot of people was thinking that they was gonna have a Marvel type of, ending where Drake would come in and they play Poetic Justice. I was hearing all that crazy stuff. It was actually hilarious. But that definitely wasn't happening because this beef is real. But I did think he was gonna play. I thought he was gonna play all right because he had the pole lights there and he had dudes sitting on top of it. But he ended up playing it, and he only had really, SZA and Mustard as guests, and then they were teasing that he had a big surprise, which I guess it was Samuel L. Jackson. Some people say Serena Williams, and a lot of people were getting on Serena Williams for crip walking, even though she really wasn't crip walking, she was really dancing. And a lot of people were like, they got this woman over here dancing to her ex op, and then I saw Stephen A. Smith. I think it was Stephen A. Smith. He said something about if that was my wife doing that, and she married, and she over here dancing with the op to her ex boyfriend. I wouldn't even marry her no more. I would divorce her. I'd leave her. And I was like, oh, okay, bro. It's really not that big of a deal. Because, I mean, she really wasn't crip walking. And, I mean, she was really just dancing. But it's really not that big of a deal. Because, like, bro got bread himself. So, like, I'm pretty sure her husband is not worried. But, yeah, he should have changed up, the song choices. He should have brought his cousin in there, honestly. That's what I thought he was going to do. That's what I thought the big surprise was. Or, he should have threw in, Metro Boomin. Could have played like that, had his verse. And then he could have ended off with Not Like Us. He definitely could have changed it up to make it more entertaining for people, because that's what you want to do when you listen to a Super Bowl halftime performance. But yes, as Buffy said, you definitely could tell that, the mic quality wasn't up there. Live, a lot of people were having a hard time hearing him. So that definitely was a factor. And then he really was trying to send a message, because he was changing up his lyrics to some of his songs. So, yeah, it was a pretty good show, but as far as the entertainment, it wasn't, to everybody's liking, which is understandable, because, like I said, that's what, the Super Bowl is for. We're here to be entertained. We're not here to hear your message. So I know Bardo finna, get more into that. So I'm definitely interested to see what he finna say. But yeah, that's all I got for it. I ranked it, like a smooth 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 performance.
I'm glad you held yourself accountable and continue with that score, because one thing I will say is that we did record this video yesterday. So some of these guys' takes have changed a tad bit, and they are my takes. So I do want to put that out there, and I appreciate it because that gives me more time to focus on what needs to be talked about. I think Buff said it in the beginning. Kendrick Lamar, we really not moved by your shit, man. I think what niggas got to realize is that we're in a different era. That 2015 type shit of being woke. Like, first of all, I'm not even trying to have a bunch of hot takes, but to my knowledge, Barack Obama is no longer in the office. All that liberal woke shit really don't apply no more, fam. Like, you got to think about your target audience, your target market. Like, that symbolic shit is cool. He got the lowercase a, which is supposed to be like an A minor. Like, I get it. that shit cool. It's creative. But 80 to 90% of people that watch football don't care about rap. What would be killing me is that these niggas is rappers, bro. Like, Kendrick Lamar, you're a rapper, and you're not that deep, dog. Like, you're really, really not. Like, and no disrespect, but like, we come to watch football and to watch the halftime show to be entertained. You don't want to be Googling mid through your performance to be like, oh man, he's dropping all of these subliminals and is symbolic with the red, white, and blue. Like, oh, who is he talking about? What is he? We don't want to do that shit, dog. We don't. We just want to be entertained. Like Gladiator, we just want to be entertained. And I was not entertained. I really wasn't. I thought it was solid. Like, giving it an 8 out of 10, I think is kind of crazy, because are we talking about an 8 out of 10 in terms of just a musical performance? Are we talking about an 8 out of 10 in terms of a Super Bowl performance? Because they're in two different bins. Because when I think of like 10 out of 10 Super Bowl performances, I'm thinking of like Michael Jackson. I'm thinking of Beyonce, Bruno Mars. I'm thinking about that. This is not an 8. It's probably like a 5 or a 6. Dog, the only time that people really got hyped or got amped was when he said the A minor line, or when he did the Say Drake. That's it. This shit wasn't moving anybody. And if he would have did this at the Grammys, okay, do that symbolic artistic shit, because, niggas like that. But one thing I want Kendrick Lamar to understand is, bro, Kendrick Lamar, you're not saving nobody's life, gang. Like, you don't have that type of impact. You are just a musical artist. That is all. And for people to say, oh man, is he going to play Not Like Us? That's the only reason why he's fucking here. Because as Buff said, prior to that song, he didn't have, his motion was going down. Motion was going down. And Mr. Morale and the Big Step and shit was not it. I've never gone back to that project since I heard it. And you can call me a casual, whatever. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. But it's not moving the fucking people. It's just not. Like, Kendrick Lamar doesn't have impact on the people. He did 10 years ago, but this is 2025. It's 2025. Niggas don't care about being woke. Niggas don't care about all of your symbolism. You peaked, bro. Like, you peaked in 2015, in my opinion. Dan was cool, But in terms of that symbolic impact on the culture, you peaked. You peaked. You not on that level no more. Is he a phenomenal rapper, phenomenal talent? Yes, absolutely. But the bullshit that he did on Sunday is the reason why he's the first and, in my opinion, only solo rapper to perform at the Super Bowl show. Because we weren't really moved by that. Because, for one, and I want y'all to think about something, right? If you actually watched the game, because I think a bunch of people that are saying that they enjoyed it were probably people that didn't watch the game, that just listen to rap and all of that. But people that actually watched the game, that are actually football fans, didn't care for the shit. And you want to know how? Because we're in a different climate, as I'm saying. In the beginning of the game, they showed Taylor Swift. She was getting boos. Then they showed Donald Trump during the national anthem. He was getting cheers. So for you to be throwing the little slick shots and having the red, white, and blue, that's cool. But that's not getting you nowhere, dog. The facts are the facts. Like, that's not, like, if I'm a Jay-Z, and honestly, I think that he should not be in charge of picking who is going to perform at the Super Bowl or not, because he can't be objective. You can't really look at the business element of it. Because in my opinion, they have missed an opportunity. Because if they don't do what I'm about to say they should do in the next year or so, then they really have missed on an opportunity. You have the biggest pop star in the world in Taylor Swift, and she hasn't performed yet. She has not performed. You just up there, like, bring her ass out of that damn skybox and put her on the 50-yard line, have her perform. You would get an additional 10 to 15 million people to watch that game, because the ratings keep on going up and up. 126 people watched that game. I think 136 at peak tuned into that game. If you bring her in, you're probably hitting 150 and maybe 175. That's the type of different margins that we're talking about if you bring in a Taylor Swift. But Kendrick Lamar is not giving you additional following, not giving you additional fan base. Like, yes, he had the best song ever, or the best song of the year with the Not Like Us, the diss record. Spam that shit, dog. Like, spam that, because we don't care about your other songs. We don't care about Humble. We don't care about All the Stars. We don't care about these records. And that's not saying that they're not good anymore, but they came out a long fucking time ago, like 8 years ago. They don't got movement like that. And when I'm hearing guys like Jay bring up he should have brought up Metro, I said that shit the other day. I said, if I was Kendrick and I wanted to get people amped, because this is not the time for your symbolic gestures. We don't care for that shit. Get the people amped. Get the people excited, because it was a boring ass fucking football game that was on display. It was 24-0 at halftime. So ain't nobody hyped. Ain't nobody excited for the second half. You got to give us something, bro. You got to give us something. You're making it more boring. And that's really what I want to say, is that Kendrick Lamar's performance was boring. It wasn't exciting. It was just cool. Like the A minor shit and the Say Drake. Is that enough? Is that enough to give this a Super Bowl rating a 8? An 8? That's like a B. I don't think this was a B level Super Bowl performance. It was more like a C. It was average. It was just average. I've seen a lot better, honestly. I think more people probably had nostalgia last year with the Usher shit. Did I enjoy it that much? No, but Usher brought a lot more people out, and he played songs that have a lot of replay value. The songs that Kendrick Lamar played didn't really have a whole bunch of replay value, or they don't hit the masses like that anymore. So, in my opinion, it was a wasted opportunity. It was him trying to kind of play both sides of the fence. Like, I don't really think he wanted to play Not Like Us. I really don't think he wanted to play. I think he wanted to make his statement. But he was a little scared, because he knows he has to play that song, because that's the only reason why he's here. Because we look at this was in New Orleans. Missed opportunity. Lil Wayne has not performed at the Super Bowl yet. Why? Why is he not? In his home fucking city. We're bringing in this guy because he has the biggest song on the year. Play it 5 times. Continue to play it. Because that was the only time that people were hyped about it, was when he played that song. And you're teased and like, bro, you don't got that type of movement like that, dog. And we can say that Drake is taking probably the biggest L of 2024, because he did. But without him, Kendrick Lamar is not relevant. He's not. If that's not a Drake diss, he's not relevant. If that song is about a J. Cole, it's not relevant. It's about one of these other new rappers, it's not relevant. It's only relevant because it's Drake. You feel me? So go all in on that, or go all in on the other shit that you want to do. But stop trying to be half and half, because it didn't even do what you wanted it to do. Nobody cares. For real. And if I'm NFL, okay, we tried it with the rappers past like 10 of 5 or 10 Super Bowls we've been having, the minorities in the place. It's time to go move on to some shit that we know is going to work. Because I think that this league is trying to expand globally. That's why the first few games of the season, they're playing in London. They're playing in Brazil. Take the Super Bowl to Brazil, or take it to Mexico City or Guadalajara and bring in a Bad Bunny. Or if you're going to stay, like, let's go country, or let's go pop. Let's have Taylor Swift, or let's have Post Malone. Like, let's go and try to really globalize this thing to bring more eyes on it. Because Kendrick Lamar is not bringing more eyes on this event. He's not. And the event is going to do well regardless. But if we're trying to, like, really blow these other leagues out of the water, let's do something that we know is going to work. And let's switch it up. Because we've been doing the same shit over and over again. And it hasn't been putting more asses in the seats. Niggas have been always talking about the past few Super Bowls about how boring it is. And I think that this just added to it. It was just okay. It was all right. No pun intended.
Yeah, I actually do understand your perspective, because if you're looking at the NFL, they're constantly growing, which is a good thing. They're not looking like the NBA, which the NBA peaked. Literally, the numbers peaked in the 90s. They really haven't gotten close to that since the Golden State Cavaliers little rivalry, which kind of touched on that, but it really didn't even get to those levels. So they haven't really. So NBA, they haven't really reached those heights. NFL, are continuously breaking records, and they're having games in London. These guys again scheduled two or three games, like every team's getting like 2 games a season, like in a different country. You feel me? So they pretty much stepped over there. Who knows? Jacksonville, they may relocate. Because fuck, we need Jacksonville for they it's really no point of like us having them in the league. We already got multiple Florida teams. So yeah, I kind of understand that perspective of them. Taking the game somewhere else, attracting different audience. Because really, if you look at like the competition in the field, they don't have really much competition. The only competition is, and it's going to be their continuous competition. If they're going to be a high ranking sports league, it's going to be the Champions League and the FIFA World Cup. Those are the only competition. So the only competition you're playing with is soccer. Soccer, they're pretty much going to get the global aspect, because they play in so many different countries. So if you want to kind of expand the game, I think football can be expanded, at least American football. Try to go play in like a different country, or try to go get some different artists. Like as you said, Post Malone, with the country, Taylor Swift already has pop on notice, and other guys like I forgot the brother name that you said.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Bad Bunny, or Peso Puma. Like Peso Puma is a big Latin artist. So continuously like expand in different areas. I think that's where they need to go. Honestly, I'm more curious to ask y'all though, how do y'all what different artists besides like those 3 that you can see, because already the odds are coming in for the next year's Super Bowl. So who else can y'all see next year performing?
I also said this, Drake. I mean, I know that he's not as hyped, but that's going to get you a lot of fucking viewership. A lot. Especially because he's going to be putting out some projects this year. So I think it just makes sense. That's another thing that I'm saying. Like, I don't know why this shit hasn't happened. Like, Jay-Z, why has it not happened? Like, you're just getting all the people in your inner circle. Like, that's cool, but it hasn't done shit. And that's really my thing. Can we do something different, please? Can we get some, like, I thought DEI was a real thing. Like, where's the diversity, equity, and inclusion? Like where is it, Jay-Z? Like, you're just spamming the same shit over and over again. Weeknd, Rihanna, Beyonce, which is my wife, Kendrick Lamar. It's like, okay, like, then you had the old heads, which only old heads like that shit. The Dr. Dre's and the Eminem's. Like, bro, that's not moving us, bro. Like, let's change this shit up. So, I like Drake. I also like Travis Scott. I think Travis Scott would tear the roof off the fucking building. So people like that, dog, like, can we get hyped for it? Because the Super Bowl halftime show is about to be like the NBA in terms of we just don't really care about the shit. Like we can almost just go to like the halftime show in terms of like just talk about the first half, like just break down the game. I would rather see that than to see the bullshit that I've been seeing lately. I'm not here for a fucking weak ass concert. I'm here for an actual event.
Yeah, I agree with Bardo. I definitely think, I don't know why Drake hasn't really got on yet. and Travis Scott, like we can clearly see there's a clear pattern that Jay-Z is doing. He's really just bringing out R&B artists and rappers. And then he had that one time where he brought in Shakira and J-Lo. But like if you're gonna bring some rappers in, which we can clearly see that Jay-Z is favoring, like you can at least bring in the ones who have the crowd moving. Like especially Travis Scott. Like I know Travis Scott, he was there with Maroon 5 in like 2018. That's when Astroworld came out. But like he got a lot more projects now that he can really, go crazy with. And, not gonna lie, one of them opium niggas, they could probably get like Caleb was talking about, one of them opium niggas could get the crowd crazy, but I don't know if that's really what, the NFL wants.
It's not.
I definitely think they should.
I think having one of those guys, like if you're gonna bring Playboy Cardi, I think he has to be with Travis Scott. You have to just pair him.
Yeah, he's got to be. Playboy Cardi by himself. Yeah, that ain't happening. You could bring in, so you could have Metro Boomin and a whole bunch of other people because he'll have a lot of people, and a lot of different songs. I definitely think he should go to the country route. It's definitely a lot of big name country singers that will bring in a good amount of views, and they're gonna bring you entertainment. So, and plus R&B, me and Bardo, we already know who's one person that could kill it if he did R&B, but
the world not ready for it, man. The world ain't ready for it.
Yeah, the world ain't ready for that boy Brent Faiyaz, and his toxic music, as everybody wants to say. So we might have to hold off on him. But yeah, Jay-Z, you gonna have to switch it up and put a little diversity into Super Bowl halftime show. You can't keep spamming R&B artists and rappers, because I mean it's a lot more stuff that you're missing out on. We got pop stars and stuff like that, like Billie Eilish. She's pretty much at like the top of the pop star chart. So I mean she keeps getting nominated for Grammys. I mean she doesn't win them, but she keeps getting nominated for them. So it's like she's up there. Taylor Swift, I mean she'll instantly bring you clicks. Like she's probably like the most known pop star. Probably Ariana Grande. Like it's a lot that Jay-Z really has to work with, but he's kind of not really branching out there like that. So if he doesn't branch out like that, then you might just need to find somebody else to handle that, because you're kind of missing out on it. And everybody, like Bardo said, they will kind of treat it like the NBA and just not really care about it. Kind of how people don't really care about the dunk contest anymore or something like that. Like if you keep on bringing out the same, pattern of, of old rapper, old R&B artist or something like that, then, the fans, they gonna continue to trash it, and they ain't gonna want to see that product, and they not really gonna care anymore. So that's probably like the biggest flaw, I guess you could say, to recent Super Bowl halftime, recently, like for the Super Bowl weekend. That's probably like the biggest flaw over recent years. So once that's fixed, I mean, NFL already doing, big numbers always. So that's just going to add on to it though.
Yeah. I kind of want to get this out, before you wrap up the video, but yeah, I kind of almost agree with all y'all. I think, they've kind of, like Jay-Z's kind of mismanaged. I think like he's kind of missed a lot of opportunities that he can go in. There's a lot, like if you just look at the streaming up, there's a lot of big people that he go with. Like literally any genre, like rap, R&B, pop, like literally he can go anything. Like I can even see them do rock. Like Super Bowl show, they can do rock, and they probably can get away with that shit. So yeah, and then country as well. Pop and country are two biggest genres of the game right now. So I think Jay-Z's kind of mismanaged. I don't know if that's kind of a biases that he has, because literally, as y'all said, like dating back to literally 2020 with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, they've kind of gone the minority route. It hasn't really been that many white guys. Like I think the only non-minority has been was it like Eminem in the 2022 halftime show. So like they haven't really gone that much, and it's crazy to see how Eminem hasn't really gone up there, because he has a lot of hits that many people do actually bop with. So yeah, I think this is kind of it's kind of mismanagement. And finally close out this video. I think Kendrick Lamar, congratulations, brother, for performing the halftime show. But next time you can keep it, man. We'll be fine. I think the fan base will be fine, and we'll just continue to move on.